Hello everybody, and welcome to this session. Today we're talking about recruiting in building safety and the current challenges faced by organisations and some innovative solutions as to how we can move forward. My name is Josh Huggins. I'm a Director of Principal People and Social Housing Recruitment, a recruitment firm focused on health and safety recruitment and also within the social housing sector.
Well, I think it is an emerging field, so there is definitely some challenges, and I think currently demand for competent individuals definitely outweighs supplies. So we found, trying to have a clear understanding of what you want and what competencies you want from potential candidates is a good starting place. But also, there's a need to be flexible. The chances, of finding the perfect candidate are not always guaranteed. So being flexible and understanding which are your critical competencies and which, can be developed over time with training, has helped us. And, I have to say, there are certain instances, the right competent people are not always sat on a shelf waiting for a job or even looking for a job. So, sometimes where, we've had more specialist roles to fill, using organisations like yours to help us fill those and find the right people has really helped. I don't think there's a model that works for every organisation. I think the best route is to work within your organisation to see how your current structure, how you can fit building safety within that.
I've gone on record as saying it's a bit like searching for unicorns.
Because one of the challenges I quickly understood was we were in no place to bring in building safety managers because the data and information was unstructured. So I think that during this year, it's been very much about understanding what we need, getting those foundation stones in, but getting them in the right order as well, so that when we do start to bring in building safety managers, that we have that information for people to be productive.
And I think one of the conversations that we have, especially for the slightly smaller organisations that we engage with, who don't have the luxury perhaps of so much resource, is should the building safety manager be an individual person, or is it a function?
We've decided that we think it needs to be a real person that is really looking out for that building and the eyes and ears of that building. It's made our offer to residents significantly improved because we've got people that care.
This is where the training and the development of individuals is something that we're very mindful of, because as you've said before, Gavin, we can't pick these individuals off a shelf. The role 2 years ago didn't exist, and where do we find these individuals from? That's why we invited Rosalind to the discussion today, because I think that the CIB are leading the way in creating a qualification that perhaps could enable individuals within the organisation who have the understanding of the way the organisation works, interactions perhaps with customers, that could upskill into a role like this. So Rosalind, it'd be good if you could just give a bit of an overview of the CIB's qualification and I suppose where the demand came from and what you're hoping to get out of it.
We started the journey in terms of creating this qualification about 18 months ago in collaboration with Trafford Housing Trust and an ex-fire and rescue professional from the Institute for Fire Engineers. We designed the qualification really for people who are already working in the industry. So they might be working in facilities management, or they might be working as a social housing manager, or whatever role they might be doing within, within the built environment. So it's not designed to bring in new entrants. I should stress that. So there'll be a need for different qualifications for that. So the first two modules are fire safety legislation and fire safety management, and that in itself forms a certificate qualification. And then there are 4 more modules that you can pick and choose from. We have building safety management, technology and structure, health, safety and well-being, and finally building regulation.
I'd be lying if I'd said that pay wasn't a factor, but it's not the only factor. A structure to come into that's well organised and an organisation with a vision that's led from the top and supported from an executive team and a board gives people assurance that the business is aligned with their thinking.